And coming back in on Viva ENT with more of 1975's biggest hits that we're talking about today, including number 32 there, Magic from Pilot, which is a great song, I think. And I'm kind of surprised they didn't have more success than they did, but they did score a few other hits, including January and Just a Smile. Scottish band from Edinburgh. That's interesting in itself because most Scottish bands that have had huge success came from Glasgow. Rather than Edinburgh. But beautiful place and a great band, great song. So any thoughts on Magic from Pilot?
I think Magic was a great song, and it kind of goes in with the same thing with Jackie Blue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very reminiscent, similar. Yeah,
it was a
great big hook.
They played the hell out of it. It was a fun, happy, magical song. I don't think the group did much beyond that song, as far as I know.
Yeah, just a couple other hits. Yeah, but that one's a classic, I think.
No question about it. And of course, the next song, number 33, The Carpenters. Please, Mr. Postman.
Yeah,
is a Motown song. Beatles covered it, and of course Karen Carpenter took it, and she took it to made it a big hit.
Made it her own. Yeah.
And here's the thing I got to say about Karen Carpenter: she influenced so many generations of singers to come.
Damn, she did.
And I'll tell you, I think her biggest influence, and you can hear it in her voice clearly.
Country?
No, is Gloria Estefan. Oh. You listen to Gloria Estefan, she's got Karen Carpenter.
Oh, my God.
In her voice, like, big time.
I am going to listen to it.
The next time, listen to her.
You know, Karen Carpenter was my idol. I loved her. Smooth.
Oh, yeah.
You know, she started out as a drummer for her brother, right? Man, died at age 30, I believe, from an eating disorder, attached illness. But that woman, and here's what makes me so mad about the Karen Carpenter story, and I've shared this with my own daughters.
Really?
Is that this young woman was so beautiful and so lovely, and she was
very talented.
They started out as just like a small family band playing garden parties, right? Mm-hmm. And they kind of got it big in LA, and they did a show. Mm-hmm. And Karen Carpenter read the reviews the next day, and they said, backup vocals, drummer, gorgeous, so much talent, a little chubby.
Oh, no.
You know, and that's when it started for her. She went,
Are you
kidding me? I never thought about this. And yeah, and I'm telling you, 4 years later, she was dead. So young ladies or gentlemen or anybody listening, man, talents, people are people, and just love who you are. So we love you. Yeah. We love you at KKNW.
Here's my story about them. They were appearing at the Sands Hotel in Las Vegas in the lounge. It's a very small lounge. I played at the lounge myself many times. And when the song Close to You hit the charts, they were playing in the lounge. And the next time they came to Vegas, just like I've said before, they're in the showroom. So it was from rags to riches or vice versa. But
smooth.
It was one of those stories. So, and then of course their career and their fan base is huge
to this day.
And she's got a cult following even to this day.
Man, her voice was the smoothest, most rhythmic,
very smooth and
calming, and
so that's what I got. That's what I have to say about
bowing
Karen
down
Carpenter.
to Karen. Yep.
Yeah.
Superstar.
Mm-hmm.
Superstar.
Which was one of their big songs, of course.
What a great segue into something we're not playing. Anyway.
Well, at number 34, something we are playing a little bit of anyway, is America with Sister Golden Hair. And this was a big hit for them.
Yes.
And of course, very heavily influenced by Neil Young and Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young.
I didn't know that. Yeah,
a lot of people I think, thought this was Neil Young anytime America put out a hit record.
Yeah. Talking about influence.
I tried to make it Sunday, but I got so damn depressed that I set my sights on Monday and I got myself undressed. I ain't ready for the the altar. But I do agree there's times when a woman sure can be a friend of mine. But I keep on thinking about you, Sister Golden Hair Surprise.
Yeah.
Magical song.
Yeah, their songs have really kind of stood the test of time and definitely still in the public conscious to this day. Horse with No Name and Sister
And you know
Golden Hair.
why?
These are
Because
big
especially that song.
songs still getting a lot of airplay.
The message that they send. It's the raw lyrics that people can.
The harmony is
Just relate
excellent,
to.
and it did kind of pick up on that Neil Young, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young instrumental type song, and then they added the harmonies in, and I definitely see the comparison. And I got a quick story for you. A Horse with No Name. You know, of course, I was playing. I was playing with my band in Vegas at the time, and you know, we're playing all the songs that are on the radio. Mm-hmm. And I try to do A Horse with No Name, and it's not my style.
No, it's not your style. Oh my gosh! Sorry, giggle effect.
I found out real quick.
Well, speaking of songs that you wouldn't think were their style, but still tackled anyway, Elton John at number 35, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, of course, a Beatles song. And I don't know that I've ever heard this, and it's hard for me to picture what this sounds like, but let's hear it.
Yeah.
Girl with kaleidoscope eyes.
Little pop sounding at the same time. Big production.
Oh, even Broadway. It's got the big Broadway feel. She's gone.
Now, this is pretty faithful to the original,
Yep.
I gotta say. I don't necessarily think this needed to be done, but it definitely did well for him.
Well, Elton was, this was the beginning of his step to superstardom, and this song just kind of, it was featured in a movie too. And I think might have been featured in the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club Band movie.
Okay.
Not
Real sure about that, but it was featured in a movie. And at the time, 1975, Elton was on fire.
Yeah. Anything he did was going to be a hit at that point. Pretty much.
'cause we talked
Because he
about
sang some crazy songs.
Well, you know,
Didn't make sense.
John Lennon actually appeared on that recording.
Yes.
So maybe that was just an excuse to get John Lennon in the studio
That
with
could have
Elton
been.
John.
That could have been true. Lennon was a pretty cool cat at the time.
Yeah.
He was joining lots of artists like David Bowie, Elton John, and
Kind of going session to session.
yeah, Lennon was having a blast. After the Beatles, and I love John Lennon as much almost as much as I love Elvis. So that says something big right there.
It does. I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah,
I
Lennon
know we
to me
share
is
that
like,
Elvis love, but I didn't know. Yeah, John.
Lennon to me was like cutting edge.
And you know what? Speaking of,
Yes, ma'am.
the day that John Lennon was shot
Y'all.
is one of those days. It's one of those days. It's one of those days when JFK was shot, when the towers were hit. It's just people can remember that morning.
No question about
that
it.
news.
I think I heard it about 9:00 at night.
Did you? The night before?
Yeah, guys. I was. I had some gal in the car with me, and we were going to a club and going to have some drinks, and it was announced on the radio and just kind of, ruined the night, kind of.
It had an effect.
Because I like I said, I love Lennon. He was like great talent.
Yeah, he I'm not sure the year he died, but I was in junior high. So we're all
In 75, you were in junior high?
No, he didn't die in 75.
I'm saying you were in junior high in 75.
75, I was 9, not quite.
Okay.
But wishing,
75,
pretending.
I was dealing craps at the Thunderbird Hotel in 75.
I know.
Only got about 5 minutes left.
What do we got?
Show, so.
Don't say
what do we have?
Sorry.
Memories.
But, Barry Manilow had a huge year in 75. And his song that was actually released in 74 called Mandy was so successful in 75 that it was the number 36 hit.
Yes.
And, he actually scored another big hit in 75 called, It's a Miracle, but also Could It Be Magic? And then I Write the Songs, all in 75. But let's hear a little bit of Mandy.
Let's do.
There's no question that he is one of those performers that has a cult fan club following.
I would like to be president of that fan club.
Well, you can be, I'm sure.
I probably can. It's time. I deserve it. I'm doing it.
So
I just always thought it was funny that I write the songs. He didn't write that song.
No, he didn't.
I think that is hilarious. And I also have to say that is one of the best, coolest. So what I love about the 70s so much is we've talked about this over and over. Is just the transition between the, the flavors of music.
Yes, ma'am. But, okay, so pardon me for interrupting, but here we go. How much time do we have, Eric?
1 minute, sorry.
Yeah, we've got about 3 minutes.
Okay, here's what I like to do in this part. This is actually 1975 part 2, because we're definitely got to go to part 3.
Yeah, well, we can come back to it. We can
So I
progress next week.
I like you to pull up the song real quick for me, Eric, spontaneously. Promised Land by The King. This was a big hit for Elvis in 1975. It didn't make the top 100, but it was probably, in my estimation, one of the best rock and roll records that Elvis did in the 70s. It was featured in many movies, and I guess the biggest movie was the Tommy Lee Jones, Will Smith movie, Men in Black.
Okay, so are we going out with Elvis today?
We are.
We are going out with Elvis.
You better believe it.
Dang. Love it.
Yeah, you better.
This one's new to me as well, but
Bring it, our favorite.
Looking forward to hearing it.
You haven't heard this one? Huge.
This was 75.
Down and left us all stranded in downtown Birmingham.
Yeah.
Woo!
Well, right away up on me a through train, ticket right across Mississippi clean. I was on that midnight flyer out of Birmingham, smoking in
New Orleans.
Somebody help me get out of Louisiana, just help me get to Houston town.
Woo!
There are people there who care a little about me.
Let it play to the lead. Here it comes.
Yeah, we're ready.
One of the best leads that James Burton got a chance to do on a
classic Elvis track. Definitely very much his sound.
Exactly. And he was in great voice, and the band was really kicking on that particular song.
Well, unfortunately, we got to leave it there.
No way.
Yeah, we're out of time.
Next Thursday, more.
Viva ENT on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen. Viva ENT, talk radio, rock, pop, and soul.
Song of the day coming on Viva ENT, pop, rock, radio, and soul.
Number one song of 1975
is
Love Will Keep Us Together.
Love Will Keep Us Together. I was going for number 2 with the Rhinestone Cowboy, but I was wrong. But
we'll dig you now. See you later, because you're a fine sweet potato. Thank you so much.
The promised land caught in the boys on the line. T-bone steak, a la carte flying over to the Golden State. When the pilot told us in 13 minutes he would set us at the terminal gate. A swing low chariot come down easy, taxi to the terminal zone. Touch your engines and cool your wings and let me